What is up everybody, back with another video. I'm Fox at FOXY Games UK, your regular aggregate source of news, rumour and video game discussion. Casual gamers, core gamers who want to keep up with all the latest game news, rumour and discussion should follow me via Twitter at FOXYGames_UK. You can see it right there at the bottom right of your screen. All links can be found in this video's description. Okay. So by now we should all know Red Dead Redemption 2 has been delayed from its fall 2017 launch to an unspecified date somewhere around spring 2018, and if you don't know, now you know. So we'll be briefly skimming over that. Rockstar really ought to take their time, all the time they need in fact, to provide the game the fans and newcomers of the stellar series expect. TYT, take your time Rockstar, there is no rush. But anyway, in today's first news segment, courtesy of our friends over at DualShockers.com, and in an unusual turn of events, Sony Interactive Entertainment has commented on console rivals Nintendo Switch and Xbox Project Scorpio, as well as potential for PlayStation VR price cuts and much more. It is rather rare for Sony to talk in such detail, if at all, about the competition, but it has, and the leading console manufacturer and game publisher Sony Interactive has really had Deputy President Tsuyoshi Kodera talk about competition against the Nintendo Switch, Project Scorpio, as well as the PlayStation VR and PlayStation News Now changes. During Sony's Investors Relations Day 2017, Tokyo, Japan, Sony Interactive Entertainment Deputy President Tsuyoshi Kodera gave more insight on the situation of the PlayStation business. Kodera was asked whether the release of the Nintendo Switch and upcoming Microsoft console codenamed Project Scorpio was perceived as a threat or a risk to the thriving PlayStation business. Kodera was asked if either rival console could potentially lead to a loss in the PS4's user base. Kodera replied, commenting that the market will be activated thanks to the presence of competing consoles. It does seem like an insinuation that the market had yet to be activated. However, read into that what you will. Kodera went on to say Sony will always be watchful regarding what its competitors are doing. They will make sure not to have any uncertainties about the positioning of the PlayStation as a core market presence. Kodera also discussed PlayStation VR, mentioning that when the volume of shipments will increase, there will be more room for reducing the cost of the unit. Yet before pursuing greater volumes, it's important to provide a high quality experience for customers. The company is currently listening to the feedback of users and digesting it, aiming to continue to improve the usability of PlayStation VR from the hardware and software point of view. Now, once the product is strengthened, the company may conduct activities which could affect the price for the better. That being said, Sony plans to achieve a good balance in future activities. Earlier in the call, Kodera-san admitted that there had been shortages of PlayStation VR units, but the situation was improved by increasing production back in February. Another interesting piece of information was on the progress towards cloud gaming. Sony's view on the issue isn't a case of full all or nothing, but a matter of maximizing the lifecycle value of Sony's IPs and developing new distribution channels. PlayStation now offers the opportunity to maximize sales, with subscription services creating new business opportunities. Last but not least, Kodera-san mentioned that the introduction of PlayStation 4 Pro was aimed to achieve upgrade sales among core users and also gain new users. On the other hand, Sony will continue to work on the standard model by providing attractive games to continue to win over the light users and increase sales of PlayStation Plus. On top of that, a key factor for the success of PlayStation Plus will be how to retain the current 26.4 million subscribers. Kodera-san reviewed the performance in fiscal year 2016, mentioning that the growth and development of the PlayStation 4 ecosystem was highly successful, including the continued innovation brought with the launch of PS4 Pro and the successful release of PlayStation VR. Moving on to the strategy for the current fiscal year, Kodera-san expressed the intention to retain and expand PlayStation engagement and increase business opportunities and revenue. The plan involves maximizing profit from the PlayStation 4 ecosystem during its previously mentioned harvest period, further expanding PlayStation VR as a game and entertainment medium, incubating a new content ecosystem for the platform, and developing a new audience through mobile releases in Japan and Asia. Interestingly, now we've learned PlayStation Plus has 26.4 million subscribers at the end of fiscal year 2016, which ended March 31st this year. This is quite a significant achievement for a paid-for subscription service, given that the total PlayStation Network monthly active user base is around 70 million. Of course, we must not neglect the fact that PlayStation Plus membership is required to play online. Sony plans to further grow these numbers, also enhancing the game lineup with launches like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy and Gran Turismo Sport. On the PlayStation VR front, Sony plans to expand the headset's market as both a game and entertainment medium. Among other things, they expect to enhance the games lineup and PS4 Pro compatibility. On top of that, they intend to expand non-game VR content like movies and music and take on location-based entertainment as a new challenge. On the mobile front, Sony Interactive Entertainment plans to leverage its IPs and know-how in-game development with the ForwardWorks label and to cultivate a close relationship with third-party publishers and developers. The aim is to build a title catalogue with a wide range of genres and developing original IPs on top of launching collaborations with other branches of the Sony group. The company expects to further grow the PlayStation 4 business in the current fiscal year, including PlayStation VR. Improvements in network revenues are also expected. Now, we've learned of strong hints, highly rumoured, that PlayStation 3 PlayStation Plus monthly game offerings could be discontinued as the 10-year-old PlayStation 3 user base dwindles due to mass migration to PlayStation 4. This could be great news for PlayStation Plus on the PlayStation 4, because as a higher, more consistent quality of PlayStation 4 PlayStation Plus offerers can be offered to members, making the service more attractive to those who may have expressed concern over the lack of consistent AAA PlayStation Plus offerings. Indeed, Sony Interactive Entertainment are very serious about growing the PlayStation Plus user base, which currently sits at around 26 million unique active accounts. We'll have more on this story when further details are made available to the press. And staying with Sony PlayStation just for the meantime, Sony's CEO expects profits unseen in 20 years, and it's all thanks to PlayStation 4. Speaking at their Tokyo headquarters on Tuesday, Sony CEO Kazuo Hirai delivered a talk on the future of the company. Because of his confidence in the electronics entertainment, he declared Sony would see a higher profit of 500 billion yen. That's around 4.5 billion US dollars, which is a 73% surge over the course of the year, and this will be due in no small part to the PlayStation 4. It looks like Sony is in for some major growth. From what we've gathered, the company hasn't seen profits this high in over 20 years. So what's the difference this time? Apparently, Hirai basing his claim on the success of Sony's game and semiconductor businesses. Alongside the recovery of their television and mobile industries, Hirai forecasts major growth for gaming. Specifically, he says the PlayStation 4 will reach 78 million total units sold by March 2018. Very confident there. If that happens, it will be that much closer to surpassing the previous generation's PlayStation 3, which totaled 83.8 million units sold by the end of its lifetime. And because Sony is doing so well, the CEO says they're taking steps to maintain that profitability. Here's a quote: "We've never been able to maintain this level for multiple years. In order to do that, we can't stay with the status quo. We need to take a new approach." However, Hirai declined to comment on whether anything like a new console was in development. If they are, we're curious about whether it will come in the form of the Sony Type Switch, a portable console the company patented some time back. Sony's highest profit was 525 billion yen back in 1997, and we look forward to what they do next to maintain the success of the PS4 and their gaming business in general. And of course, everything kicks off at this year's E3 at the Sony conference, and of course leading on to PlayStation Experience 2017, we'll have a much greater idea of where Sony plans to take PS4 in the future. Check back with us for more information, and do leave a comment on what you think of Sony's successes in the FOXY Games UK video comment section. Now, here's some other news. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has taken to Twitter once again, bolstering the hype and anticipation for the company's soon-to-be revealed Xbox Project Scorpio, due early next month at Microsoft's E3 2017 event. Here's a quote: I'm very confident from what we are seeing and hearing. Scorpio will deliver the very best console versions of games this year. A very confident Phil Spencer there. So this comment has led fans to suspect the company is more focused on presenting the best versions of multi-platform titles rather than pushing the company's own IP. Phil Spencer has hinted Destiny 2 and Call of Duty World War II will perform much better on Xbox Scorpio, at least on consoles. Spencer has also tweeted that the E3 2017 rehearsals have gone exceptionally well, and Spencer said he feels extremely confident Xbox will have a great show. Spencer is rumored to have snagged the latest Assassin's Creed and has secured Middle-earth Shadow of War, the sequel to Shadow of Mordor. Other titles tipped to make an appearance on Microsoft's stage, a new Splinter Cell, and possibly the return of previously canned series Fable. All titles are expected to present at high visual fidelity native 4K and perform at 60 frames per second. We'll no doubt learn more during the Microsoft's highly anticipated E3 conference. The company has a lot riding on the event, so stay tuned. Now sadly, we've learned that millions of Xbox Live accounts have been compromised by way of a hack through a Chinese game company. Now users' credit cards were compromised as millions of dollars in unauthorized purchases were discovered. Microsoft is in the midst of a fierce court battle with the Chinese-based company. Microsoft made the following statement. Microsoft is committed to providing customers with safe and secure online experiences. We have filed these lawsuits to protect our customers from the illegal trafficking of stolen property, a Microsoft spokesperson told The Verge. So if the most renowned software and security firm in the world cannot keep our financial details safe, what hope is there for the other companies like Sony and Nintendo? And I cast my mind back to the PlayStation Network hack that occurred not so long ago. Now I cannot advise any of you in how to protect or manage your financial details. Quite candidly, that's not my job, nor do I want it to be. But I, for one, do not have my financial details stored on any of these devices. That includes my Xbox One S, PS4 Pro, and Nintendo Switch. For my own protection, I'd much rather laboriously enter my card details with each purchase, as I do not have confidence in the ability of any company to protect me. Now look, I'm patently aware you can claim back on fraudulent purchases from either your bank or credit card provider. Heaven knows I've had to do this on more than a few occasions over the years, but gee, sometimes the responsibility lies with us individually, and you simply have to take your own precautions and not rely solely on these companies. So do as you will. And that's all she wrote for gaming news in this video. Catch me later today when I'll be live streaming my thoughts on all of the latest goings on in the games industry, and look forward to seeing you all there at 1 PM PT, 4 PM ET and 9 PM British Standard Time. As usual, if you found any of the information in this video at all useful, go ahead and hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe and share the video. You can also help us grow by supporting us via Patreon. Starting from just $1, you'll find the link in this video's description. And as always, play games, not corporations. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.